Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
My favorite MC of all time.
The legend, the icon,
Come
ladies
on,
and gentlemen,
man.
Ghostface Killah.
Yo,
Big Ghost.
What up, Ghost?
Yo. What up? What up?
How you feeling, man?
Nah, we cooling, King. Glad to be here right now.
Man, happy
missed
to
y'all
have
like
you.
3 times, right?
I think once.
Twice.
Yeah,
It was twice.
Twice. It was twice?
Twice, yeah.
All right.
But
I
listen,
thought you was friend after a while. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you did. I was like, Ghost don't want to
My
come up
man
here.
was telling me that he saw you had that face on like, yo. You know what I mean?
Downstairs, I was like, Ghost don't
yeah.
want to come up here, man.
Yeah.
everything happens when God wanted to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
It's perfect time. Supreme Clientele 2 is out this Friday.
That's right.
Bet.
You said you would never do a sequel to Supreme Clientele, so what changed your mind?
Nah, it was the fans. It was the fans. They kept calling for it. So I'm like, yo, for years they was calling for it. So, gradually I started back then, like, I saved a couple of joints. Every time I get a joint and I felt like it could be Supreme, I just put it in the vault, stash it. So look, on this album right here, I got maybe 5 songs from 20 years ago, 17 and better on it,
How do you
meant
know
something
this
to me.
body of work was it, though? This body of work should be Supreme Clientele 2.
Because I kind of felt good about it. You know what I mean? Besides the skits, remember last time I had a few Iron Man skits on it and stuff like that. But now they on you now. Like, you really can't really do it. So you gotta just think of okay, which way I'm gonna go. And that was one of the hardest parts I had, just trying to find a theme behind it. You know what I mean? So it took a while, but I got it. I feel I got it. You know what I mean? But and it's a vibe. When I create albums, I create vibes. So if I could get ahead and hear it all the way through, then I know I'm good. Then I got my mans and my player for, I don't got no yes brothers around me. You know what I mean? So if they like, yo, nah, Tone, you know what I mean? Then I weigh and judge it and feel like, all right, you know what? Maybe he's right. I'll tell him yo, what I feel about it, but I make the end decision at the end of the day. So on this project, I just think that we got a good vibe.
Right.
Now, how do you navigate the landscape today? How do you like the landscape of music and musicians today? Because you're the guy that drops and then gets out the way. We don't see you literally Ghostface get gone for years, but on tour.
Right.
So how do you feel about the landscape today of music?
Of music?
Rap
music. I mean, it kind of shifted. It shifted, to another region. And I get it. You know what I mean? Because nothing stays the same. Sometimes just got to adapt to it. But I realized that you just got to do you. You just got to stay in your lane. Just stay right in your lane or whatever. You know what I mean? Because for the people I came up with, you know what I mean? It's like they still there. They still out there. Even though they probably got grandkids and, whatever the case may be. But, this real music still exists out there. You know what I mean? Not trying to take away from what else is going on. But you just got to do you, man.
I feel like with this Supreme Clientele 2, it's not even like you channeling your era. This feel like 86 to 88.
Yeah, because I'm from that era. You know what I mean? So I love that era. You know what I mean? I'm an R&B dude first. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to try to go back and that's what I was telling you, trying to just get a feeling. Then I found it. Then I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me call Ty Boogie. You know what I mean? And get him on just to more create that feeling. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking damn, what I'm gonna go with? I was thinking about a lot of rappers. Even Lauryn Hill. I'm like, damn, she got Miseducation to Lauryn Hill. And this one got that one. I'm looking at 3 Feet High and Rising and all the other stuff. And 25 years from the last time we did Supreme Clientele, it's like, yo, some brothers is dead. You know what I mean? And it was a vibe. It was people don't understand, if you got a baby, you can't create the same baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So fans be thinking that, yo, you got to really do it, you know what I mean, this. But it's, you first of all, these producers now, they're not making the same beats and stuff that they did before. They caught up in right now. So I had to find a way, like you said, God's time is the best time. So, and that's why we here now.
Were you afraid to call it Supreme? Well, not fear. Fear is not the right word. But did you have any hesitation about calling it Supreme Clientele 2? Because that gives a different expectation to the body of work.
Not really.
Okay.
You know, with me, it's like if I got the beats and I'm focused and I got time, I could do those all day. It's just a matter of the beats. that could just drag me in there because the beats is everything. Every verse I ever thrown and whatever I ever said on the beat, it's like the beat talk to me. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just music. It just talk. Like it like when I did All I Got Is You, it just dragged me there. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do when I got it. You know what I mean? I told RZA, yo, I want that. Boom, I took it home and just went another way with it. Just what I felt. And that's what a lot of tracks I make. So but I'm confident in myself that I know that I could do those. I could do those over and over and over again. Just give me some time and that's it.
You said you sat on records for 19, 20 years.
Yeah.
I can't hear that in the album though. It doesn't sound dated. It sounds hard.
Right. Like Metaphysics.
Right.
Like the other one I did. That was like 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
It was that. It was 20 years ago. The whole 3 verses was 20 years. Then I got a joint called Candyland that was the same. I just wrote the second verse on that. You know what I mean? And me and Meth got one called You My Friend. That's one of them tearjerker joints. So it's like that's from back then. It's a few of them. Fourth Disciple, like, you know? Yeah.
When you said that when you hear a beat, it takes you there. So the first time you heard Impossible beat,
right?
What was your energy? Like what was going on in your world that you just picked that classic verse?
It was the beat. It was the beat. It sounded like it was theatrical. So I'm like, I'm in the studio. We doing forever. So, you know, I get up in there and I just heard that beat. And I'm one of them guys that I don't just like a regular beat. For the most, when I'm doing that, I like for the beat to get ahead and just take me within the beat, like break down on certain points so I can just get ahead and just glide with it and just go right into that pocket and slip out. And then, you know, we go here, like, and that's what it just did to me. But it felt like it talked to me, like, call the ambulance, Jamie been shot. Word to Kimmy, don't go, son. You my motherfucking heart. Like it just had me there. And I think I might have came back the next day and finished it. Cause I just wrote a chunk and then I had to leave it alone. Like, don't touch it no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you come back and get it again.
Why? Cause it was too emotional or?
It was all that.
Yeah.
It was all that. But you don't want to, when you're dealing with something great and you can feel it, you don't want to just fuck it up. You know what I mean? You just gotta like, yo, hold on, just chill. You ain't gotta force it. And came back and just finished it off.
Was that based on a true story?
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it. Yeah. My son's uncle had got shot, I think on around the 4th of July. And I was like, mother came down holding the breast with a gown on and all that. It was like when I was in that pocket, it was like that one was real. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of other stuff I just added behind it, like, you know what I mean? But the cop was real, Officer Low and all this other shit. Yeah, so, you know, I just like to go places.
What does an artist like you who's so great at storytelling on every single song tell younger artists when they come to you about trying to tell stories? Because they're moving so fast. It's a lot different. You take your time even in writing your music. How do you mentor the younger artists who don't really get that?
As far as writing?
Writing, yep, and putting it, like composing an actual song from start to finish.
I mean, like you said, take your time and just think. A lot of rappers nowadays, I don't think they think. You know what I mean? You know, knowledge is infinite. So it's like when you could just sit there and just, this is art first. You know what I mean? So when you could get ahead and just use your mind and just go, man. I don't care, like when me and Slick Rick, we did The Sun, but didn't make it on Bulletproof Wallets, nothing like that, because you really couldn't find a sample. But it's like, yo, it's just, yo, that's The Sun. You know what I mean? You just gotta like, if you got an imagination, you could just go there. Just go. And I don't know how it is for other rappers, you know what I mean? Because a lot of rappers is one-dimensional. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, give me country. You know what I mean? Let me dive in there. You know what I mean? I don't care, it's opera or whatever. Yo, let me just go in and I've tried a way to finesse that. I'm just one of those kind of guys. So when I get the R&B tracks, which is my best tracks, I get ahead, I demo that. I need a story here. You need an abstract track. You know what I mean? It's whatever, because I enjoy the music of it. Like, you know what I mean? Just the art form, just period.
But I think what you said, I think the trend of I don't have to write. I think that kills it, right? Because,
you know what it is? Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
It'd be like, now I'm hearing just like jewelry, women, cars, bottles. You know what I mean? It's limited. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be thinking to myself, would the cream would have worked today if we would have dropped that, like, you know what I mean? I don't
think
know.
so. Only reason I think so is because I think about the artists who are really having real success. They are detailed in a way, whether it's the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's, the Drakes. I'm just thinking about the guys from the last, 15 years.
Yeah,
they are very detailed in a way.
Right, I love them. Yeah.
Like they music, they lyrics do have have layers to
But they
it.
go, but they could all tell a story. Like Kendrick, he tells a story in some of his raps. You guys, but that's what I miss sometimes. I miss driving and putting myself into that story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Now I see it. Yeah.
You said something, man. You said when you and Slick Rick wrote the sun, you like, the sun. Everybody can feel the sun. To go back to the Impossible verse.
Yeah.
I always felt like that feels like a breeze. I don't know any other way to describe it. Did you feel something like that, like a wind almost?
Nah, man,
Like
it
a
was
chill.
just.
I don't know.
I just knew that it was something. I can't even. I just knew it was something. Like and like the way the beat was, it was just like, okay, it just got more. It did more and more and more. Like it was like a movie. You know, and that was it. When I had to break it down and get ready to stop, and just ended it, and that's just how it went. And I got a lot of verses like that. Like they just be like movies. Like you know what I mean. So I don't know. If something did, when I was into it, something was. It was God blessed me with something, and it was just on my back. Like boom. And I just had to knock it out though.
You know, when people talk about hip hop storytellers, right? Like your name is up there with the greats, the Slick Ricks, the Nas's, the Biggies, all of those individuals. What do you think separates your style of storytelling from them?
Probably because my emotions. Like I could spill that soul on it. Like when I did Holla, you know what I mean? Like Old Dirty was like, yo, he's one of them that gave me like a lot of my soul too. Besides me being in the living room, getting kicked out the living room. You know what I mean? When we was young, but yeah, it's I think it's the soul. I think I know how to to lean on certain tracks and cry on them and just just do that, like just dig in. Like,
did you always feel like being emotional was like your superpower? Because especially in hip hop, people often glorify being like cold and detached and emotionless.
Right.
Did you feel like that was a superpower for you?
Later on, like even when I hear All I Got Is You, and I spilled that into that like that. A lot of times, I don't even I never really performed that. Like I did it for Ja Rule one time, and it was like I had to I told him no, you know what I mean? But he was like, yeah, come on, yo. You know what I mean? And I did it though, but because it just bring back too much
emotion.
Yeah, of that. But I think, but later on, because even God bless the dead Fat Man Scoop, he was like, yo, man, he said, yo, when you did that, he said, yo, Ghost, yo, word to my mother, I cried because that's me. I cried, and I'm like, mad people told me that they cried when they heard that record. So I'm like, it not freaked me out, but it was like, I had to look and be like, yo, you making these people out here, like a tear is literally falling out your face over something that I went like this. Then I start recognizing like what it was, like the gift or what I don't know, like, you know what I mean? And it just gets deep after a while, like when you think about it, like.
Always wondered, how did your family feel about all that I got?
Yeah, man, I don't even know.
You never,
I ain't asked him. You know what I mean? Never asked him. I just did it because I'm a type that just do music, and this album, I might even listen to it no more. Like I don't listen to them. I just do it and get it out the way.
I feel like sometimes you get in there, you mad, you're emotional, the angry, you do it, and then be like, I'm done with this.
I'm done with it.
That's how I feel when I listen to your music.
I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm done with it. Like I gotta hear it over and over and over anyway. But yeah, man, it just be that emotion, man. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? The things I said, especially on that record, it felt like I gave people too much. You know what I mean? Like too much, but it just came like that. You know what I mean? So it's there, it's out in the world. You can't do nothing about it. Like, yo, but people take it though.
Do you miss the competitive nature of the group, right? When Wu-Tang was rocking and tight, right? If ODB comes with a verse, you'd be like, I gotta eat his verse, or Meth come with a verse, you gotta eat that verse. Do you miss that element of it?
Of course, because even to right now, it's like if we all get in there, it's a challenge. You know what I mean? It's competitive. We all trying to be better than what we want the best verse. I want it. He wants it. He wants it. So you're around a bunch of dogs in there that just want the same thing. You know what I mean? And I remember back in those days, like, yo, if you couldn't make it, oh, yo, you wasn't getting on. You know what I mean? Brothers would say like, nah, that's not it. You know what I mean? So we haven't did that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even if it was right now, I know a few brothers will get emotional on something like, yo, what you mean you telling me I can't get on that? You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it was. Like back then, like, yo, like even myself, if Genius was on there like that and him and Deck and them and it was crazy, I can't touch it. I can't.
Who was that
do
one?
it.
Who was the one that you was like, I gotta eat him? That was always just coming
Pause,
with bars.
man. God
Right,
damn.
Pause.
My God.
I'm talking lyrics. I'm talking lyrics. Here.
Nah. I know what you mean. I mean, it was. If I could do it, it was everybody. It was everybody. Like, because you want that number one spot. Like, you know what I mean. But I knew what not to touch too. Like, no, Tone, you ain't got it right now. Let that go. And that was it.
What's the one you missed?
Yeah, what record did you hear that on? Like, what
what's the one you missed?
I felt like Cream. I always felt like Ghost should have been on Cream.
Not at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Not at that time. Nah, they was just him and Deck. Deck had 2 verses, mighty ones, and you know, other one to me was even better than that one. But
Really?
yeah, he was saying something. He was really inspected for real.
So what happened with that other verse?
I don't know. I don't even think he put it out yet.
Wow.
I mean, he yet, but I don't even think he's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Something with some rubber bands, like wrapped in rubber bands. I gotta ask him about that again. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. What was it again?
What record did you miss that you felt like, damn, I missed that one?
I mean, even when I did Cuban, I you know, but I was on too much. So when Ray did Scarface, when I heard Scarface,
that beat
it was
so
like
hard.
it comes on chunky, like
knock niggas out.
Yeah, and I was like, because I wasn't there, so I'm like, yo, when did he do that one? Like yeah, but then RZA was like, yo, nah, you just too much. You on too much stuff like that. He needs some solo ones. So that one, and you know, I was there when he did Spot Rushes, whatever the case may be. But yeah, like that. But I know it was mega more tracks though. Like, you know what I mean?
What made y'all want to remix Can It Be All So Simple? I always think about that.
I don't know if it was the label or whatever that called for the remix, or maybe RZA. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so yeah, I like that track right there too.
I used to run around just screaming, baggy jeans, wallaby cloths,
Cloths,
pretty women, I put it in them, shot up in them, deadly venom.
Word. But yeah, I'm telling you that. And those was the days though. See, I miss those days because when I used to hear like Biggie, Nas, and like it made me want to go right. And I can't even run home to go right no more. You know what I mean? Unless I'm hearing the locks or somebody that I really like, that of my peers that I could, you know, that's getting busy. You know what I mean? But nowadays it's really not like that. So a lot of times I don't even listen. I listen to more R&B than I do rap. You know what I mean? Because it's really not there for me. Like yo, you just do it because you want to do it. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But I used to,
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just saying though, like brothers back, like the Mob albums or Nas album drop, it was like, yo, I gotta go right. I miss those days.
I was just gonna ask, even when we were talking about the song from 20 years ago, like what does inspire you now? Because you don't really get with a lot of the music now, rap wise and R&B wise though. What do you listen to where you're like, oh, I want to go now that you want to go right after?
R&B?
Yeah, like what R&B songs?
I mean, you know, you got. I love Stevie. You know what I mean?
So it's still the older R&B. It's nothing
older
new.
R&B, and no, and the Darnell Joneses and all that, the Jaheim's and all that. Like I'll catch a few bars. When I'm hearing that, I'll just catch bars like yo, and be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do one of these kind of tapes or whatever the case may be, and just get it. Like you know, that's I love that, especially '90s.
What's your favorite feature on an R&B record? Your personal favorite verse you spit on an R&B record?
Favorite verse or favorite record?
Give me both then. Give me both.
I never even looked at it like that before.
You never thought about what's your favorite Ghostface verse?
I don't be doing that because people ask me that all the time. Like, yo, what's your favorite? I mean, I got mad records.
Mine is Freaking You remixed with Jodeci.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that was a minute. Yeah.
Ridiculous, man.
You know what? You might be right now that you said it.
I'll
pick that one.
That was a hard record.
I'll pick that one. But the best one that that I had liked was the one I did with Beyonce.
He made Summertime sound grimy.
Yeah.
Summertime is
I
cool,
mean,
but that
but
freaking you
Freaking is
remix,
different.
man.
Different era.
No, that one that's number one then. That's number one. That's more than Shay Shay to me. You know what I mean? But we was in pocket with that.
Where was you? What was tell me how that record happened.
We was in the studio with those guys.
International stuff.
Yeah, we was in there.
Like y'all knew y'all was gonna do a record up.
Yeah, we was coming in there to do the remix, whatever. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that beat was that chunky though. You know what I mean? When we got in there and then they just put it on and it was just crazy in there. They was in here drinking that some red shit, some aftershock shit. Fuck is this shit?
Red shit.
Yeah, aftershock. Some shit called aftershock.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, some shit, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Sound like 100 proof.
Sound like you about to shave or some shit. Yeah. So I'm like, but they was bent. You know what I mean? And it was just on there. So it was just me and Ray. Ray caught his lines while he's catching his lines. I'm catching my lines. And long story short, we just went and did it like he did. He laid his, I laid mines, and it just came out the way it just came out.
Hey, yo, sit back, kick your feet up on the glass table, grab the remote, baby. Check my niggas on cable. I got the Hey Love album, plus Jody said, roll it up, the Easy Riders in the ashtray. Full moon, skunk weed up all up in the room. You got the munchies, ice cold milk and Lorna Doones. How you like it, baby? I like it on the sink. You freak me, butt naked in the long mink. Oh my God, man.
Power you warm.
Study Islam, play it off. If my wife calls, you're my cousin Don. That's right. Oh, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, yo. Those were those days, yo. I don't know, it was something in the air at that time, man. It was just something like. And then we was young, you know what I mean. So your mind is like it's open. It's like to whatever. It's just adapting to what. And
how did it feel performing it on Apollo?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it was a moment. See, those was moments. Like the same thing when I did with Beyonce at the whatchamacallit, at the Garden. Forgot my verse right before I went on. Like, I'm scared to death.
Well, because the building was shaking. I remember you say that on the doc.
Yo, nah, yeah, it was like that, but I just forgot the verse. Like I knew it prior, but I just forgot it. Like, you know what I mean? Slick Rick over there throwing chains on and this and that and the third. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, she's singing it already. It's like, yo, I asked my manager, like, yo, what's my verse? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Mike, what's this? He don't know. He just a manager. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, yo, I'm scared to death. Like, I don't want to do this in front of 20,000 or whatever it is. I start walking up those steps. I saw Dame Dash, like, right there from this, like, looking down. He must have seen all the truck shit up. You know what I mean? He like, oh, I just seen his mouth say, oh, shit. Boom, boom. It's coming closer, but I'm scared. Like, but I got to go out there. You know what I mean? God just smacked me. Bow! Yo, I just spit it up. Just as soon as it was my turn for the verse, it just like bow, and it was over. That was it.
And that wasn't an official remix, right? You did that on your own, right?
Yeah, and because my man Tom LaRock, when I was doing Pretty Tony album, he was out there. He was out. He lived out there. So he's like, yo, Tone, like, you know, DJ Tom LaRock, whatever. He's like, yo, I got this joint. Yo, it's Beyonce joint. I'm like, yo, played it for me. It was fire. You know, I just went and laid it immediately, and I gave it to God bless the dead K Slay.
Wow.
I just gave it to him, like, wow, and then it was on from there. And I was still out there while I was getting played out here. So I came back from there after like doing my thing, and it was popping.
Do you ever look back and really think about and take it all in the success of Wu-Tang, the biggest group, that logo? I mean, we had Pete Davis in here. He has it tattooed on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all are like superheroes.
But it's not only that.
Right.
It transcends
Still
through
superheroes.
generations. Like, it's not just 50, 60. You got 30, 20-year-old teens that still know that logo and still know y'all as superheroes.
It's in Target,
Right.
in
Yeah,
Walmart,
Target,
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Like, you ever look back and be like, Jesus, just some kids from Staten Island is just was like, we're going to find a way.
As you get older, it hits you. You know what I mean? I started seeing it like that when I got older. When I was young, you just in the mix. But when you try to put yourself on the outside looking in, it's like, yo, 'cause I didn't know it was gonna be like that. I just knew that we was coming in to do damage. I said, yo, ain't nobody playing with us. Ain't nobody. We just too ill. Like, boom. But then after a while, it just turned into some cold. You know what I mean? And then you still hear like I seen a lot of my favorite like not old, I like saying old school rappers, but you know that you ones you look up to, it's like, yo, we still selling out. Like right now. And then my best year with these guys was like the tour that we just did. Like, yo, like, you know what I mean? It's mad 30-something years later. So, but yeah, nah, it's an amazing, yo, man. And I say to myself, I'm like, yo, like I know there's people that went to the grave with that W.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I be in Australia. One kid pooped down his pants. It was like, yo, his whole thigh was old dirty bastard's face.
Damn.
Like, yo, nigga, you know what I mean? Like, yo. And I'm like, yo, wow, like, I'm just grateful. I'm just humble to be a part of something that's living. When they said it was forever, and you know, I guess the universe took it like that. Because I'm seeing like 7-year-old kids in the stands. You know what I mean? Little ones, even littler than that, with shirts on. So I'm like, damn, like it's still going, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just here to keep that flag, to raise whatever flag I could raise, and just keep the movement going, like.
That's why it's so interesting that you drop a Supreme Clientele 2 at a time like this, because back in 2000 when you dropped Supreme Clientele, there was a lot of people that was like, yo, that saved the Wu-Tang brand in a lot of ways, right? Like really kept that flag held high. Did you feel that pressure when you were making it back then, or you just were in a
Nah, we were
zone?
just zoning out because you know what happened? Remember how I be saying like, yo, Iron Man was like, they only gave me like a few months to get ahead and to do that.
Yeah, you bugging. Every time I hear you say that, I'm like, yo, you bugging. You be like, yo, you didn't like that album.
Because
I'm like,
you know why? I just rolled all over Cuban Links. I just skated on it. And to get ahead and, you know, I got rushed with a contract. I'm young, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, when you're gonna hit me with like $400,000 or $500,000, but I gotta hurry up and do it in like 2 months, like 60 days, something like that. It's like I had to make a decision. You know, right then, you know, you be like, hold on, G, but that's that.
yeah,
How is that? I took that. You know what I mean? But I was under press, under the gun. And my best friend he done got caught for something a body that he didn't commit. It was dark, diabetes is on you. You know what I mean? So it wasn't, you know, it was gloomy for me. Then I'm shooting it out with the Delphonics. It's just mad things going on. You know what I'm saying? It was just mad. It was just crazy. But I got to sit there and try to, try to get this thing done. So it was like, only thing I really liked about it, you know, it was a couple of songs. I put All I Got Is You. You know what I mean? But the album cover was probably the flyest album cover I ever did. But, and that's it. But I'm just saying, I skated on links, right? But then it was like, okay, I didn't, you know, I wasn't satisfied. So when we got the Supreme Clientele, it was like, okay, I had more time, you know what I mean? I think I might have did like quick 6 months real quick, if I'm not mistaken, then came back and finished it off on Rikers. But yeah, it was just something that I knew that I always could do, because at first I was going to name my first album, I was going to name that Supreme Clientele. You know what I mean? But they was like, or Iron Man, which one? So I had to ask RZA, Ray, and them. They just went with Iron Man first.
Iron Man was classic,
Yeah.
though. I don't care what you say. I've heard you say it. I heard you
That's
on
what I'm
Drink
telling you.
Champs
Yeah.
saying how you, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Iron Man is
man.
a classic record. Wildflower, Can Made, Daytona 500, Nutmeg. No, Nutmeg was on Supreme Clientele.
That's Supreme, yeah.
Yeah, but come on, but God
But
dang.
I get it. But it was just maybe because it was just a spirit. It was kind of like dark and cloudy to me, like even rap wise, I wasn't really like there with it. I had to hurry up, and I don't like being rushed, so that's why I don't get deadlines no more if I'm doing music. I don't want no deadline. Like, let me go.
You know, the first time I met Ghost, I was drunk as hell at a party. Some party Wendy Williams was throwing, and I ran
remember
up
that
on
day.
him outside and started rapping Wildflower.
You started rapping?
You didn't even say hi. You just
I
started
remember that.
rapping.
I remember that somewhere. Yeah.
Yo, bitch, I fucked your
Yeah.
friend. Yeah, he stink hoe. I seen her on the
Yeah.
elevator. Honey, grab my Kango.
Yeah,
That guy.
Word. Yeah, and you did tell me back then, like, yo, nigga, you
You my
know what I
favorite
mean?
rapper ever, man.
Exactly. Nah, I respect that.
Absolutely.
That, King. Nah.
Absolutely.
Word. Cause sometimes I write a couple of bars, couple of songs, and I might think of you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder what he gonna think about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, that's love right there, though.
You know, in the press release for the Supreme Clientele 2, it says real rap, no gimmicks. Right? It's like you don't like gimmicks in rap.
What do you say?
I saw a press release and it was like this Supreme Clientele is about real. Supreme Clientele 2 is about real rap, no gimmicks.
Oh, okay.
But when you had the stocking mask on back in the day,
Right.
and you were Ghostface Killah, did you consider that a gimmick?
No, I ain't nah, I wasn't even thinking like that. It was just like, yo, it was his Ghostface. It was like, you know, when I got the name from Mystery of Chess Boxing, you know what I mean? The guy, you know, it was Ghostface. Ghostface Killah, you know, he came back after 20 years and just started like doing what he do. But I just felt for some reason at that time I thought that name applied to me. You know what I mean? So I threw the mask on. You know what I mean? But I took the mask off. I took the mask off because I ain't really have no other masks. Like I had a stocking cap on. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't really rap all day with a cap on like that. So you couldn't breathe. You heard? So I'm like, yo, now this gotta go, man. You know what I mean? But, as time went on, like now, they got things like that where you can just get and throw a mask on and, do what you want to. If I would have kept that mask on, it would have been crazy.
That made y'all mythical figures even back then, because you be talking like, yo, what's wrong with Ghostface? People like, yo, I think his face is disfigured.
Yeah,
Other people like, yo, nah, he's on the run. He got mad.
I heard the run. Yeah, I heard the run and all that. I heard all of that.
You know what I
But
want
what was it? It was just
Ghostface.
That's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's just Ghostface.
During a recent interview, there was always a rumor in New York that Puff banned y'all from radio. That was a big rumor for years and years and years.
Right.
And you kind of confirmed that, so that was true.
Yeah.
How you acting like you don't know? You was a DJ.
I didn't work hard during that time. I was doing mixtapes.
Okay.
Yo, cause RZA was telling us, he was like, yo, he said, yeah, Puff admitted to it. Like they was talking, and I think Riz asked him the question, and Puff agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, cause it was just like after that Hot 97 thing, it just went haywire. Things just went down. Like it didn't even feel right no more. And if Puff did that, that was a nice chess move. Like, you know what I mean? Because he told RZA, he said, yo, but y'all was just too like coming up. Hold on, did Dirty did that? Did Dirty do that before that? Or that was after?
Dirty did it
at the Grammys.
He did it.
That was after.
After he did it after.
I mean, that had to be like 98 when Dirty did that.
Yeah, it was after. Yeah, I think it was after.
All right, so we did Forever in '97.
Right.
Yeah, because y'all were nominated for Album of the Year. It was a rap Album of the Year. No Way Out, Life After Death, Wu-Tang Forever. I forgot what else was in that category.
Right. So he was like, yo, he said something like, yo, Puff was like saying like, yo, I guess we was just competition. You know what I mean? And and it just was on that time right there. So they banned us. I guess we should have just stayed on with Rage Against the Machine and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well,
how did that make y'all feel back then when you saw, like, even now, but when you saw all of those white people embrace Wu-Tang? Y'all was so pro-black.
Still now, though.
So militant.
Yeah.
To this day. You know what I mean? But white people loved Wu-Tang.
They started coming. I don't know. I think about that. And I just think that might have been the knowledge first of all, you got 9 members. We up there like Earth, Wind, and Fire, man. Everybody is just different, unique in their own way. And I don't think they probably ever seen nothing like that. It didn't, especially when you got brothers speaking the truth. And like the people, when you hear the truth, you become attracted to that. Like, you know what I mean? And everything else. So I think it's a few things that got the whole world just to come in, not just blacks, Latinos and stuff like that. So yeah, man. And it's funny because when we go overseas, it's like mania. Like, oh shit, like nigga, you get more. I say more love, but it just feels like they just on it.
You said you made more money in the last couple of years than you made before touring, right? With the new group, well, with this group. I know there's always problems with the group. Would y'all consider keep going on tour because y'all made more than y'all ever made? And I know sometimes the groups is the most difficult thing. Everybody got a schedule. Everybody got a emotion, a feeling. Right. Would that continue to happen? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think so. You know what I mean? Like when RZA said, he said, like a couple of years ago, yo, we gonna do this Vegas thing, and then we gonna just do a tour. Then we ended it off right there. But then it just flew by. So when he was up here telling y'all like, yo, that shit was a shocker to me. Like, hold on, what you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? And final chapter, this and that, and the third, and I'm like, I ain't hear about that. I ain't know that it's right now. You know what I'm saying, King? I ain't know it's right now. Like, yo, so, but in my heart, I feel like we still got more to give, bro. I don't think it's over. But I just didn't understand the fact of like, yo, like, damn, the final chapter, it's like, nigga, we still selling out.
Right.
Right.
Regardless, like you didn't have to call it that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's just something else. Like, but whatever it was beautiful.
Have y'all talked at all about continuing after this final tour once that was done?
Nah, because when we left that last tour, everybody was like, "Pew, we you know what I mean? Everybody just went. I think we might got some dates coming up in Europe probably that they trying to do or whatever, but not to really be like, yo, all right, where we going from here? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, in my heart, I feel like I feel it ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you got Bruce Springsteen and these Beatle cats still going and sharing all these, it's like, nigga, what? It's money, go get that shit.
But y'all got so many records together, solo, like y'all be on stage for 4 hours.
Yeah, we do, And it'd be hard to pick sometime from the records from like that or whatever. Then you got some brothers with less records. That's like, yo, nah, you can't do all that because, you know what I mean? These guys got to, you know, whatever. So it always be like that. That's one thing about us, though. Like, we can never make a straight decision.
It's too many.
You know what I mean?
Y'all.
It's too many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know me. I want to bring a white furry couch out on stage and do all this other shit. Then, yo, come on, no, we got to step our wardrobe up. Yo, we can't be out here looking like we 93, like back in 93. This and that and the third. Yo, because I seen them. I seen Belle Biv DeVoe and them. Matter of fact, the whole new edition in at New Orleans, that fest.
Essence. Yep.
Hey, yo, fly as a fuck. Like,
They
yo,
changed their outfits all together. Yes.
I'm like, yo, that's supposed to be us. I'm telling Ray, like, yo, look. Boom. You know what I mean? But then when you bring it back to the guys, you be excited. But then it's like, nah, nigga, I'm not throwing that on. This and that and the third. So I'm like, once you get 3 and 4 saying they not doing it, the whole idea is a rap.
I always felt like Wu-Tang and New Edition were like cousins. Because when you look at Wu-Tang and you look at New Edition, they both essentially did the same thing. You can't name a group where damn near every member had individual success like that. Like they come together as a group and have super success, but then they break apart and do BBD and Ralph Tresvant, Bobby Brown, Johnny Gill, and they all have success.
Right, yeah.
Y'all ever had conversations about that?
Nah, I wanted to go on the road with them. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let's see how that'll go. You know what I mean? But we never really like. I mean, I know I wasn't in the conversation. There was though, but you know.
You know the illest thing about Wu-Tang is I've read all of y'all books, right? I read Ray's book, I read your book, You Got.
Thank you.
Y'all was so deep in the street, but that's not what y'all put out there in the music. Y'all chose to talk about the lessons and talk about God and like give people something of substance. Was that intentional? Because y'all could have been the super street rappers if y'all wanted to.
I think in all reality, I think with us, I think we just, I mean, besides the street stuff and stuff, I think we just respectful. We just good dudes, man. That when we was young, you were surrounded by a bunch of, not a bunch, but certain people that was intelligent, that was giving you mathematics and trying to guide you in the right direction. You know what I mean? And then Wu-Tang is like mainly all guard body. You know what I mean? So when you on a bus traveling, and them lessons start getting pulled out and this and that and the third, it just shapes you. You know what I mean? So a lot of that, like my seeds run with his seeds, marry his, all that.
We keep Wu-Tang money all up.
All that, family, you know what I mean? All that is like part of that. It just where your mind was at, like, and we did that, we mix it up with that, but for the most part, that's
Did y'all ever have conversations about, we could rap about busting our guns, we could rap about robbing people? I know y'all do, but not like the over glorification of people like now. Like nowadays, you got people that just lead with that and probably never even did it.
Nah, man, we just do what we do, bro. Just you know what I mean. Whatever, if that track is like that, if it calls for a little bit of that, whatever. You know what I mean. We throw a few of that in there, hit him with this, hit him with that, and couple lines. You got Riz in them. Riz is like a doctor, bro. You know what I mean. So that's why his darts be like all scientifical. You know what I mean. Even Genius, like, you know what I mean. That's why I when I was saying like, yo, Nas and Genius is like my favorite rappers. Like, yo, it's like, and he's smart. He's a genius for real. So it's like, and I learned a lot from him. You know what I mean? So from all of them mainly, but yeah, he's just one that really sticks out. Like if I had his words and shit, it'd be different.
That's crazy.
His words, like his vocab. I was in school. I ain't really listen. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It was just, nigga, I'm in school. But the vocabulary, if the vocabulary was more, it'd be trouble.
Have you ever heard yourself, man? What are you talking about? Like
I'm talking about. Listen,
I get what you're saying with Genius, but damn.
Yeah, like them. It's like it's just on another level. And how I look at rap, it's like I don't know. It's just a certain way how I see it. So I know, like, if I was just throwing around the words that when he be throwing around like that, but applying it to how I do. Oh, it's this right here be a field day.
Damn. That's
Yeah,
heavy
man.
praise coming from you.
Yeah, man, come on, man.
When you look at the documentaries and the TV shows about Wu-Tang, do you feel Hollywood has ever told the full story, right?
No, I mean basically, not for the Hulu series. You know what I mean? I mean not for me. I can't speak for that. I can't speak on that. For me, like the Tony Stark story, like you know what I mean. I didn't get a chance to tell nobody my story, like my side. You know what I mean? But you know whatever RZA had did or whoever was the writers for that, whatever the case may be, you know they did what they had to do, like you know what I mean. And I'm glad he did it because it just opened us up to like a whole new audience, like you know what I mean. But yeah, but my side of the story, nah, it's different, bro. It's different. So I don't feel like they did that. Not with me.
Why didn't you get to the studio to get on the Heaven record, man? On Jay-Z Magna Carta.
Studio.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be on the Heaven record with Jay-Z.
Yeah. He did. I think I might have did that. I think I
No,
might
you
have.
didn't.
Maybe I think I
How
might.
you gonna tell me he
I
didn't
think
do it?
I think I'm sorry. No, because I remember
He's like-
writing to it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if they use it or maybe I didn't. I can't remember, man. Maybe I didn't. You know what I mean?
He shaking his head no in the back.
Maybe I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
What
I don't
happened?
know.
You don't
He didn't make it, or he wrote and he didn't use it.
Didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Nah, he didn't make it."
Did I write to it?
You got the beat. Ray was on his way up there too and stuff like that. And
Oh.
you didn't make it. I don't know. I don't remember what happened, but I know you didn't make it up there. I remember Ray
Oh.
shooting them corns to go up there. I think Ray made it up there, but you didn't make it up there.
Did Ray do it?
Nah, Ray not on that record either.
They weren't gonna put Ray on it unless you were on it.
Right. Oh, all right. Yeah, man.
Cause the first time I ever heard Heaven, I'm like, yo, this sound like a RZA
Sound like a
beat.
Wu-Tang,
And you know, Jay starts it off arm, leg, arm, head. I was like, yo, Ghost and Ray
Right.
would have been crazy on this. And
But
then I heard,
hold on. I caught bars to it though, right?
Yeah, but you never went up. You never made it up to lay it down.
Oh, okay. I know I did something to it.
He was writing to it.
Yeah. All right, cool.
cause
My
I
bad.
always wanted to hear you and Jay on the record ever since
Yeah.
the Do It Again video when you and Cap and Ray
Oh,
was
yeah,
in the
yeah, he
video.
was in the day. Yeah. Nah, I always wanted to get busy with Jay. You know what I mean? But you know, Jay, you know, I guess.
What makes you not show up to the studio?
I don't know what I was doing that day. I really can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something though. But I would have did it though if I was writing to it. I would have did it. I don't know.
He said,
Yeah,
"I don't know."
probably
It was a long time ago.
probably just one of those. I don't know, man. I just damn. Yeah.
Well, Ghost got to go.
Hold on, if Ghost never picked up a microphone, where do you think Dennis Coles would be right
Oh,
now?
man, don't say that. It probably wouldn't be good.
Mm.
It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. Because we was out there doing it. We was out there still, you know, I mean, I was. I mean, RZA had to tell me, like, yo, listen, man, you can't mix pork with beef, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'm hearing what you're doing at this, whatever. And I had to make a decision. You know what I mean? So that route that I was in, it was, it was either in jail, dead somewhere, or whatever. Whatever the streets would have been calling for, that's what it would have been. So that's why I say it wouldn't have been good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into a joint off the album. What you want to hear, Ghost?
You want to do Rap Kingpin? You want to do the joint with Meth? You my friend. What you want to do?
What you want to hear?
I mean,
We can do both.
I mean, do that then. Do the joint with meth. You know what I mean? Do that then.
All right, well, let's
You
get
know
into
what I'm
it
saying?
now.
Oh, you got to hear the pause skit too
Yeah.
on Ghost album.
Oh yeah. Hold on, because man, the pauses is like yo, I be getting hit with the pause like yo, and you know we from that era when we just talk like yo.
Where's that? I'm 10 songs and I ain't hear that yet. I'm
But
like,
you ain't hear the pause skit?
no.
Come on.
Oh,
I
See,
ain't
when
hear
you
it.
when you hear the album all the way straight through, you be like, oh snap, yo, this is gliding. But that pause skit, I had to do it because it's like, yo, everybody pausing me. Like, you know, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this how I talk, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know, like I said, when I told y'all blow your head off, yo,
Pause.
yeah. It's like, but I'm serious.
But he said, I
You know what I mean? But it's like,
say pause on
yeah.
that.
You know what I mean? But, yo, the pause game is too much right now. I don't even think I ever told somebody pause. Like, pause. Like, yo. You know what I mean? But
But
y'all
it's
be
in
going
your-
at it all the time with the poetry. I be like, yo, he crazy, man. Yeah, man, I can't write my rhymes like, you know what I mean? Without the engineer telling me, because he's younger than me. Yo, I don't think that's a good, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I mean, what you talking about? You don't mean that's good, nigga. This is my shit. I'm talking like this. Yo, but you know this, then he got me thinking, you know what I mean? So now I got to change it up. Like, I'm not used to that, yo.
Nah, the dude on the skit said, nah, we let you live for a long time. You know, back in the day, you said, yo, we eat fish and toss salads?
Make rap ballads? He said, yo, what the fuck? I said, yo, you know what I mean? That's a fresh salad. It's a fresh salad. You know, we called tossed salads back then fresh, yo, but still, I mean, I'm a jail nigga. Just now in the third. What does salad got to do with ass? What you got to do with ass? And just continue from right there, though. But yo, man, yo. Nah, it's the game is crazy, man.
We appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely,
Nah,
man.
Your album is out right now.
Yeah,
It's
out.
Ghostface
Jab
Killah.
City. Hold on, my brother Dredge right here. We can do this compilation. This
Dredge.
Jab City. Yeah, come on, King.
What up,
Pull
Dredge?
Pull up.
Peace, y'all.
Pull
Peace,
up.
y'all.
You in the club right now?
Yeah, we got that Yap City compilation coming up next, so we just want y'all to look out for that. We got Soul Thing on the album as well.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, you
What's
got
that?
it.
Those are artists or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, that's the label. So
All right.
we on Ghost album, Supreme 2, Soul Thing, and we got other
Oh, you
artists
said
as
you
well
talking about the
coming.
record soul thing with that's all of him, Reek the Villain, Pills.
Oh, yeah,
I
Reek got
my-
busy.
yeah,
Yeah.
My two sons on there. You know what I mean? Nims.
Yeah.
You know, Iceman, Bronx Man. You know, yeah. So
Aisha Hall,
yeah.
Nizzle,
Aisha Hall, yeah, he's talking about on the record.
on the
Word.
record,
That's right.
Yeah. But Aisha Hall, she on the label too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Pick
brother,
up that
man, yeah.
album.
Supreme Clientele,
Yeah.
too.
It's Ghostface Killah. It's the
Yeah.
Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up.
Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?